Hello everybody. Before this video begin and before I start talking about what I need to talk about, the second part of Virgil's character lore, the second part of it was so bad, actually. I know not much to do is just post a video, but it's like no, I need to redo the whole thing because it's bad and it was terrible. So I'm definitely gonna redo it. I'll be posting it on a later day, probably. I don't know, maybe. We'll see how it goes. So, now for the video. Hey everybody, this is Chris Walker, and we talk about a lot of Capcom things on this channel. We talked about and we covered Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, and how much that was a big stinker that was. I know I've been mentioning that freaking video a lot of times, I don't know why, because of the like and dislike ratio is kind of like almost identical, almost in the same level, in a way. So, what about the other big Capcom game? Resident Evil. Most notably Resident Evil 8. Why I haven't talked about it. Only time I talked about was only in the PlayStation event a couple months ago, back in like what, September or something? Or I don't know which one it wasn't September, it was like in the summer. Why I haven't talked about it? Well, here's why I don't talk about it. It's because the game has been fetched so far again. They fetched the game so far that I don't know if it's called a Resident Evil game. Here's my things about Resident Evil 8. When I first saw the trailer, I was thinking like this game's first person. There was like an immediate red flag because, like, coming from a person who played the other Resident Evil games and played the remakes and how much they're fun it is, I thought Capcom, I don't know, they might just do the remake controls and just make it to the rest of the Resident Evil series. That could have been actually great and I would love it. But no, they have a return of a character named Ethan Winters, which is... If you don't know about Ethan Winters, to me he is the most boring, the type of character that you can fall asleep with when he talks. He can barely talk in 7 or have too much dialogue in that game, because I guarantee you that he might not be a good character, to be honest. I don't know, I think of Resident Evil 7 as a game that wasn't supposed to be Resident Evil 7, it's supposed to be like a new IP. And if that was the case, that could have been a very good IP or a new game series. That could have been great and I would enjoy and liked. And I was like, Ethan's like, yeah, I'll still say he's boring and everything, but maybe they might do it better. But you have to slap the Resident Evil name on the cover and call it a day. Now we got Resident Evil 8, which is a game that, honestly, I am not too excited ever since the trailer dropped and the leaks and the rumors of saying there's gonna be like wolf-like enemies and all that type of stuff. And it takes place in an ice world and castles and shit. And you fight people just like people from RE4. When I heard that, I was like, okay. I thought the gameplay would be like third person with Chris Redfield and all that stuff. But instead, the game is basically first person again with fucking Ethan Winters, a character that is so boring. You make a character like Ark Thompson from Resident Evil Survivor from the PS1 has more characteristics. And Clancy has shown a little bit of characteristics, just a small amount of characteristics in the game 21, the sub-game in Resident Evil 7, which is pretty much one of the best modes of the game next to Daughters. But to be honest, it's like, I think Capcom's model is like every single 3 main games will be like a certain type. I wish that Capcom just goes to get Resident Evil 8 to be third persons like the remakes and be like the Resident Evil games be like that. But I feel like Chris and Ethan is like Dante and Nero. Dante being Chris and Nero being Ethan. But with like Nero but with no character. That's what it feels like. And Kitty is like Mia, character I definitely dislike, and she's definitely the least liked female character ever. I hate to say this, but she is so horrible that you made Ashley look like a goddamn badass and has much more characteristic, although she's annoying as fuck. I think the reason that Resident Evil 8's been made and all that just because of just to do Resident Evil 4 remake. Why in the hell that Resident Evil 4 remake? That's another thing. Why RE4 needs to be remade? What about the other Resident Evil game, Code Veronica? Like what in the fuck, Capcom? What the fuck? Why that you do a game that I don't know if people actually want it, but you want to do a remake of a game that you release on every single console, no joke, every single modern console available, PS2, PC, PS3, Zeebo. Bro, there's so many freaking versions of the game, it just makes my head spin. And now you want to remake because the game what old? The game is not old. The game is basically outdated at this point. It's not outdated, it's still dated. Something outdated like Resident Evil Code Veronica. The game that came out like what? Freaking 20 years ago? Yeah, this game's 20 years old at this point, by the way. So why in the fuck that they don't even like remake that game instead of they want to remake a game that released 1,000 fucking times? What's next? RE5 remake? Like what in the fuck? I don't know what Capcom's been doing. Like really, like no. I think I know what they're doing. They like to slap anything with their big franchises. They fucked up the Devil May Cry franchise, and now they fucked up in the Resident Evil franchise. Mostly Resident Evil because they've been fucked with Resident Evil for so long. Devil May Cry is just a game that tries to be like Devil May Cry 3 so bad. Just tries to be so hard and fails miserably. While Resident Evil just fucking just changed it to what it is. From the days where we play with fixed camera angles with Chris and Jill in the mansion, and Leon and Claire in RPD, to RE4 where we fight a bunch of like Ganados and all that shit in Maginis, to now playing a game with first person. The only positive thing about this is that they brought back the survival horror roots. That's one of the good things I give Capcom to that. Okay, that's a good thing about it. It's not all bad things, there's something good about it. But honestly, Resident Evil 8 is a game, it's gonna be forgettable. Like, to be honest, it's gonna be forgettable just like 7. Resident Evil 8 is basically Resident Evil, it shouldn't be called Resident Evil 8, it should be called Resident Evil 7 Part 2. That's what basically is. I was thinking about doing these breakdown video like I did with Devil May Cry, but honestly, there's no need to. I'm not invested at all in Resident Evil 8. They're gonna milk the Resident Evil series and the Devil May Cry series both together. They like to milk these two series because these two series franchises are big fans of it, and the community of both are terrible. I'm not gonna lie about it. The Resident Evil community, they fucking like this game, but half the people I know doesn't even like the game. To make the game good, all they have to do is make Ethan Winters interesting, and hopefully be his last game because we don't want to see him anymore. I'm interested in Chris's story than Ethan's story, a character I don't even give a crap about. He could freaking die, he could jump off a bridge, I don't care. Oh, try to be mysterious. Look, I have all you can't see my eyes and my face. No one want to see your eyes and your face, see your face because you fucking suck. Nobody cares. And I bet Ethan defenders will come in and say he's the best fucking character. I don't know where the Ethan fans come from, to be honest. I would say like half % of the Resident Evil fans are Ethan fans. So you're one of those rare ones. The type of ones that are the most boring person. If you like Ethan Winters and his character in Resident Evil 7, you gotta be the most boring person. No fucking joke. So, will I get Resident Evil 8? I really don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. But we'll see. If there's more trailers coming in, then I'll see. Then I'll see what I can do. Maybe I might buy it, but to be honest, at this point, Resident Evil it's just a shell for myself at this point. There's no hope for the series. The remakes are the only ones that I can just play and have fun. I guarantee you that Resident Evil 2 is better than Resident Evil 7 and 8 combined. Yes, you heard me. That's a big bold statement I'm doing here. That's a statement right there. I don't want to go better than your grade, but anyways, comments, thoughts, anything, let me know. Like it, you dislike it, you have your opinion, share with others. Share it on the comment section. Share it up all the way. Share it. Do whatever the fuck with the video. Do whatever the fuck with it. At this point, the Resident Evil series is dying. It's really felt it's dying, and it's really just. Is there any hope for the Resident Evil series? I have to wait and see. But I don't know. Should I do guys a Capcom only video and how Capcom's been doing games lately? Let me know. Yep, I went on. I babbled way too much. It's gonna be a fucking like 13-minute video. Me just babbling about Resident Evil 8. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say, honestly. Jesus, so loud. That's all I have to say. Comment, subscribe, share, whatever. Alright. Later.